This video will walk you through how to submit a guest work request, as well as some of the settings behind it. So right now I'm on the main login screen, which is basically me operating in guest mode. So as a guest, there are two things I can do. The first is I can enter my credentials and actually log in. And the second thing I can do is submit a guest work request by clicking this button right here. So I don't actually need to log in order to do this. I click submit work request, and what it does is bring up basically a work order form where only a few fields are available. So I can fill in a description. And this is basically if I notice something in my facility or factory that needs work, I'll fill that in the description, and then I can select the asset for it as well. So that's typically the first two steps. Okay. I also have the option of filling in a maintenance type from the list, as well as setting a priority from lowest to highest, and then a suggested time. Okay, these last three fields are definitely optional, however. Okay, and click save to submit the request. So I'll log in now as an administrator, and I notice a few things. So first of all, my work request widget here has gone up from 4 to 5, and I can click on this to actually drill down and view all my requests. So what this does is takes me to the work orders page and filters by work orders with the status I've requested. Okay, so here's the work request I just submitted. As I mentioned, it's just a work order form that has a few fields filled out. So the status will be requested, and then it'll have the maintenance type, priority, and brief work overview that I filled out. Okay, to adjust the settings on this, I'll head over to settings, and then along the top to work requests. Okay, these, as you would probably guess, are the settings that dictate how work requests operate. Okay, so there's a few things I can change here. The first is I can opt to show contact information, which is basically a box at the top that has your name, email, and phone number. And I can have this be a mandatory field as well. So they won't be able to submit a request unless they give me their contact inputs. I can also choose to follow up with them. And when the work order is closed, or if it's closed, send them an email saying, hello, so-and-so, the work request you submitted has now been completed. Okay, showing the asset input was already checked off, but I have the option of making this mandatory or not. So I changed the settings and logged out. And now when I click submit work request, a few things are different. So first of all, I have contact inputs. And second of all, when I try and submit a form, I checked off that all of these things are mandatory. So I'm not able to submit the form unless I give them my name, a phone number, and email, as well as selecting the asset. Okay, the last thing I'll point out is when I submit a work request as a guest, I'm not able to check who submitted it as I normally would under the work log. So the place where this information is stored, so if I go to the completion tab along the top here, it'll list the inputs that were given on the work request.